Welcome back to the Fanspeak Network. It's Friday, Black Friday, right after Thanksgiving, obviously. And that means we're still doing prop party here right before the Black Friday game that starts at 3 p.m. Eastern. So, Steve, first of all, let me say I hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope your Thanksgiving table was full, happy. Hope you had a profitable Thanksgiving. We'll talk about the sweat Steve and I had in a minute. But Steve, how are you doing post Thanksgiving? How are you feeling for this Black Friday game?
Doing good overall. Had some close sweats in DFS dailies, bets. Nothing ended up getting home majorly, unfortunately, particularly with how the late night game went. But overall, it was a fun game, fun slate. We talked about this. All three games mattered. All six teams, like we had, what we thought we were going to have viable quarterback play. Lamar kind of changed that at the end, but we didn't have what we've had a lot of times in the past with at least one total dud of a team out there.
Mm-hmm.
And it was truly fun. It was a really good football. Especially the middle game, which was the closest game, the most back and forth game. Just we could see a lot on the line, a lot of fantasy fun, both for our props, our DFS, and of course best ball, our season long sweats. So overall, really good day of football. Not as profitable as we would have hoped, but I like seeing good football. I like seeing fun games, good offenses, and it is great to see Burrow back. After Flacco did yeoman's work these last few weeks, but seeing Burrow back is nice. And there's some rust, but we also saw he make some big time throws also.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree with you more on that. I love seeing Burrow back. I honestly kind of hope they run the table because I think he just would make the playoffs fun, right? Who would you rather see in the playoffs, Texans or Bengals? To me, I'd rather see the Bengals. You know what I mean? Like, I know we got to respect great defenses like the Houston Texans, but I would like to, I just think it would make the playoffs fun, make it interesting too on the AFC side because they could certainly come in as a wild card and do some damage. So, great to see Burrow back. It was a great Thanksgiving. Our family had a fun Thanksgiving. Again, we hope everybody watching, you all had a fun and wonderful Thanksgiving too. But like you said, it was just a great football slate for Thanksgiving and just so enjoyable all around. Yeah, I don't know. The Ravens are making the playoffs, Mike. Whenever you are able to watch this, earmuffs. Lamar looks like he's playing through like 4 injuries or something. I mean, it looks rough. And especially against that Bengals defense. Sure, they may have played a little better last night, but I don't know. It just looks like Lamar is not the Lamar Jackson that we know. It was a fun slate, and we have a 3:00 Eastern game today. Of course, Bears, Eagles. We will talk about that at the end of the show. Tyler will be jumping on at some point here as well, too, with us. But we're going to go like we do for every prop party: props, touchdowns, parlays, and then the lotto will be for this Black Friday slate, which we'll put in Discord. We gave no notice on this because I had a CBS show this morning. A little hungover, Steve, too. We drank a few ciders. You had a whiskey or two. A little hungover and hurting today, but powering through. It was on the CBS show, and then I was like, we're scheduling this show because Degen dads are going to be tonight at 9:30. So if you're watching this, don't be sure to not miss that. Degen dads 9:30 tonight, still bringing you their week 13 best bets as well. Of course, if you're watching this on Twitter, come over to the YouTube streets, say hi. If you haven't subscribed yet to the Fanspeak Network, make sure you do. And the biggest thing is, and I don't know that we're going to get a ton of people watching this week, on the holiday weekend, but I just put in the YouTube link. I'm crushing it today. I meant to put in the Substack sale. So the Substack sale, we're having a Thanksgiving / it was now Black Friday through Giving Tuesday. We have a sale 20% off our Substack. So I pretty much think it's priced too low anyways for what all you get. But, hey, now you get it for even cheaper, $27.99, 20% off. It's usually $34.99. Check out the link in the description and the link in the description, link in chat. But the link is in the description as well. 20% off. It's our Thanksgiving sale. Check it out because we are thankful for all our Substack subs. And you can join us over on Discord. I know I have some Discord to catch up to. I dropped in. We've already sent our Substack our favorite bet for Black Friday and SGP. already been sent. So you'll get something almost every day during the NFL season by being a Substack sub, either for DFS, underdog dailies, or bets. And then, it'll be back to best ball season drafting before you know it. And you'll get a ton of content there, including rankings, which has been very good to Steve and I this year. As we approach the end of the best ball season, best ball playoffs are just 2 weeks away. So we've had a lot of fun interacting with everybody in that, and the best ball, playoff best ball drafting will ramp up soon. And then best ball season will be here before you know it, which is absolutely wild. So again, check out our Thanksgiving sale for sure, because it's a fun discount, and that's for an entire year. So that will cover you every season, best ball, and then in season. Steve, any other final thoughts before we get started going through our props and everything for this slate?
No, and just talked about a little already. The one interesting thing going with yesterday having 3 very viable games and today 2 viable teams is the main slate. Even with no buys this week, the main slate is kind of thin. And I know you talked about it on your CBS show this morning. All the dud teams, games are basically on the main slate. So we'll have to pick our spots, and there are still some good spots, but definitely one thing to note where, we were hoping with no buys this week, maybe the main slate's a little better, but I actually consider kind of thin this week.
Talk for one other minute. I'm just checking something on the back end about, you can talk about whatever you want. You could talk about how I look like Casper the Ghost because the sun is shining so bright.
Yeah, no, we'll get to the overall main slate, and we'll get to the Black Friday game more in general. But I do think this Black Friday game is interesting. The Bears have been playing much better. I know it's the Eagles. Eagles have been very up and down, and missing Lane Johnson could be a big thing. So this game could be closer. Still like the Eagles, obviously, as the more talented all-around team. And there are a couple, we talked about it earlier, there are some props that we did end up liking. It's not our favorite game, and we'll get to that shortly, but I do think we could see a little bit more offense than expected in this matchup than probably most people thought. It all comes down to, can Caleb play well? And overall he's played much better these last 2 months. So seems to be getting the Ben Johnson offense. They seem to be getting more and more in sync. So I'm excited for this game today.
Yeah, I agree. So I'm visiting my parents, obviously, and I'll actually be here for a while through the holidays. And just happens that the sun is coming in through their office, and it is just like blinding me and making me look like a washed out. So what were you calling me, old Casper?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hitting hard. The sun is hitting hard. But we got our friend Tyler here. Tyler,
you gotta embrace it, Meg. You got to embrace being part of the light bulb team. We're just as white as a light bulb.
That's right.
You don't see the sun, and when we go and the light hits us the right way, it's like the light turned on. So
just embrace. Who gives you? Is it Spread that gives you a hard time about that?
No, I mean that's just everyone, because I work night shift, so I'm never outside. So like summertime, I walk outside, it's like, oh my god.
Okay, Tyler, before we jump into props, touchdowns, all the good stuff that we typically do here on Prop Party, tell us your thoughts of what was an amazing Thanksgiving slate, but also had some disappointments like Lamar. And then before we get started, we have to tell you about a no sweat that just, holy cow, I thought it was getting home, and it just missed.
I had 2 that I thought were getting home too. I had one that got home, and then the ref took it away from me. So there's that.
What was that? Was it a Zay Flowers touchdown?
Yeah, he was finishing off a 27-1 parlay for me.
Oh my God.
Yeah, goes in, celebrates, then the ref goes, here's a flag for you. What was it? Let me see. It was
27-1.
It was CeeDee Lamb, Rice, Romeo Dubes, and Flowers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's brutal.
And then I had another one. I can't even take credit for this because I seen it on Twitter. I forget the page that posted it. I seen it, looked at it, was like, that feels like it can be a live one. And I'm not going to look at it and wait until Sunday night and watch them all score and not have a piece of it.
Yeah.
It was Montgomery, Jameson Williams, Travis Kelce, CeeDee Lamb, Derrick Henry, and Jamar Chase.
Oh my gosh. Jamar Chase, the one that is wild. I mean,
first of all, targets.
Yeah. How many did he have?
14.
Couldn't get in the end zone.
That
Everyone in that game scored except for the main guys.
oh
I mean,
yeah,
Henry got his, but there was
Right.
no other main guy
Yeah.
scored.
right. I mean, Bengals settled for so many field goals early. You know, it was just it was wild. So that is just absolutely brutal. So here was ours, Tyler. We posted this, by the way, in Substack, in Discord. So we did one push. You know how when we do these $5 lottos, one push prop in every game. Well, FanDuel had a risk free yesterday, so I was like, okay, I'll throw the risk free on this. And it was $25. So it was 25. It was like a 40 to 1. It was whatever it was 25 to essentially win a little over 1,000. And we pushed one line in each game. Christian Watson, 80. He hit it right on the nose. What was it, like one of the last drives, Steve?
Yeah.
The Packers? Yeah. Christian Watson, 80 on the nose. What was it? Dak 300 passing. We're like, the run game's not going to get going. Dak can do his thing against this Chiefs defense. He goes for over 300. Okay, great. All we need, we push the hell out of Jamar Chase, but he usually destroys Ravens defense. I get it without Higgins. Well, 125. I mean, that is literally his average against the Ravens. And so we said 125. He is 80 at halftime. We're thinking, okay, this is it. We're finally
Great
getting
spot to be in.
Yeah. One of these no sweats home. Great. I should have looked at the cash out. No, but I'm guessing the cash out at halftime was something decent. I'm guessing by the fourth quarter was nothing, but only needing 45 more yards to get it home. And he got a couple more catches. Like you said, 14 targets, but holy cow. And then it's like, then you just need the game script to be what you thought. I did think Bengals were going to compete, possibly win. I did not see Lamar laying a total dud.
He looked terrible.
He looked awful. I mean, he must be playing through like three.
You think about it, like, as bad as he played, they should have won that game.
Well, yeah, Bengals.
Flowers touchdowns overturned on a pass interference call that wasn't even there. That was a bad call. Likely's touchdown, if he just holds onto the ball, there's 14 points on the board that you should have had. Lamar threw that pick in the red zone as they were walking into the end zone. There's another 7 that you probably left on the board. Yeah. They left so many points on the board. They should have won that game yesterday.
Yeah, no, absolutely. They definitely should. And by the way, if some of those touchdowns would have stood, that probably would have helped the Jamar Chase getting home because they're not passing the whole last drive or two. So that probably would have helped that. So that was a brutal. So we both had brutal beats with Jamar Chase, of all people, who still, it's not like he got taken out.
He still had a good game.
He still had a great game, 14 targets. It was absolutely amazing. But absolutely insane, though, that we didn't get those 2 lottos home. So let's find some winners today. Let's bounce back.
We got one more ticket, though, from yesterday, Meg, because you'll love this one. I did have some luck go my way. It was the same game parlay in the Green Bay game. I had Watson over 57.5.
Love it.
Jacobs over 64.5. Green Bay to win. Dubes to score a touchdown. And Jordan Love over 233.5 yards. Oh, no. Now, we got to touch on that one because I looked at this as I was driving to the next house for Thanksgiving, and they're going in on that last drive. I know they're going to get the ball back. They're probably not going to throw it. And he's sitting at 214. It's like, I got everything else on this parlay. I'm going to miss the passing yards by about 20. Then he hucks that ball to Dontavion Wicks on the last play of the game.
Yeah.
And guess what he finished with?
Right on the number.
36, right?
234. He got it by the hook.
He got it by the hook. Oh my God.
I knew it was under 240.
Yeah, it was right on. I was like, whoo.
Whoa. Yeah. Well, then that's good that definitely broke your way. I've been joking around that I'm going to call myself Lost by a Leg Meg, because it's like every time it's like, this is getting home. Like it was even on Monday night, what did we have, Steve? Christian McCaffrey, all purpose, Kittle easily gets there. And you're waiting for Ted McMillan, who had 35 yards at halftime, to get 70. And nope, just not going to happen. Nothing. It's just, sorry. I'm having major drainage right now. Someone else, Steve, talk about anything you want.
Well, we also had a loss by the leg in the middle game. We had Dak 275, Rice 7 catches. And then we need Mahomes 275, and Mahomes had a great game, but
268, I think he had, or something. Like we missed it by like 7 yards. So lost by a leg. And then when it's lost by a leg and lost by like a yard or 5 yards or 10 yards, that's been happening numerous times. But that's the life of doing parlays. We're going to find some winners, both props, touchdowns. parlays, build a fun one for today. Thank you, Jamie. We appreciate you. We hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving as well. Of course, Jamie, the creator of our the Degen Dad's new open and our new soon to be new open, which we debuted the other day. We are going to do a giveaway with Jamie, but I want to wait for a day where more people. It's Black Friday. We get it. It's the holiday week. It's wild. But next week, Jamie is so kind to be raffling off a Substack sub to somebody else and paying it forward. So we are going to do that probably Monday, but definitely next week, and let Jamie know we are going to do that. And of course, again, I mentioned it earlier, but check out our essentially now Black Friday sale through Giving Tuesday. Check this out, 20% off our Substack. So, okay, guys, we've this is, as Steve's mentioned, I think this is a pretty gross slate overall, but so we may not have as many, but that's okay. We'll find what we like. Let's talk props. All right, player props first. Tyler, I'll go to you first. What are you eyeing up this week?
This could just be not a shot in the dark. We're playing this off of news, and just the way he looked in the one video that came out after the news, Daniel Jones looks like his leg could bend backwards at any moment. That looks bad.
It's not looking great. Yeah.
Give me the under on 8.5 rushing yards. That dude is not going to run the ball.
That's a good look.
There ain't no chance in hell he's going to run that football.
They might not even let him kneel down if they're winning at the end of the game.
He looks like if an edge rusher comes off if Will Anderson comes off the edge clean, he might be done for the year, because I don't think he could take a hit right now the way he's moving. I don't know if he had a brace on underneath that, and that's why he was so stiff moving back there, but it did not look good. So I don't think he's going to run the ball. I think it could also be one of them ones where I hate to say it, he goes out there and partially through that game, in comes the backup because Daniel Jones can't go anymore. So give me the under 8.5 rushing yards.
No, I think that's a good look. That makes a ton of sense. This may be a week that you want to target plenty of unders, because the slate just looks gross for either blowouts or just not many really, good offenses going against good defenses, just not many attractive spots. So Steve, what do you like first?
I am going to go with the guy who I think is in a good spot. They actually are still alive, and that's the Dolphins and Devon Achane. I'm going to take a rushing receiving just because you never know how he's going to get it. And 120 plus 120 minus 115, you could go up a little bit higher. I think the matchup is good. They're at home, and they do have something to play for. He is their offense. Him and Waddle are their offense, but he's definitely the focal piece. So yeah, I think they rely on him this week in a good matchup against the Saints.
We have a couple other friends join us. Of course, Jamie wished us a happy Thanksgiving. DJ Quill in here. Hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving as well. We got Kicks in here, a Substack sub. Appreciate you. Nice surprise. Didn't know you were on so early with the 3:00 game. We said, let's just go on before, go on before. Maybe we'll drop something fun for that too, since there's a game starting at 3 Eastern. But Degen Dad still tonight at 9:30 p.m. So you still have that. No, I like that look a lot, Steve. I'm going to go Kenneth Walker, 70 plus yards. I mean, is it, do we have confirmation? Is it definitely Max Brosmer, or is it just trending that way?
I think they might put JJ McCarthy on concussion protocol for the rest of the year. I don't know if that's just a joke, but
I mean, they probably should, but
they should.
I don't think it's confirmed. I haven't seen it confirmed, but I've seen some speculation that he's out this week for sure. But yeah, because it's Max Brosmer and then Desmond Ridder would be the backup. So
oof. Okay. So yeah, basically love a very, very positive game script. Think there could be a defensive touchdown or two with Max Brosmer starting, or honestly, JJ McCarthy starting. Whatever that case is, the Seattle defense is so good. And Walker got more carries last week. I really think against this Vikings defense in a positive game script, give me 70 plus rushing yards for Walker here. I know he has a Q tag, but I think he'll be fine to go. So he has Charbonnet still vultures him. If you drafted more Walker than Charbonnet, that's unfortunate for best ball, but you still get some vulturing. But Kenneth Walker 70 plus, I really like. All right, Tyler, what's your next one?
My next one, we are going to go to, where'd this just go? Because I just had it in front of me. The Rams game. We're going to take Puka over 90.5. I mean, the dude walks to 100 almost every game. Carolina's defense is not good. You seen that last week. And this Rams offense looks like the best in the league, if they're not just the best team overall. Yeah. Stafford's playing the best football in his career, I think. And they're going to go up and down the field multiple times before they start to go into prevent mode. So give me the over 90.5.
And JC Horn's out also.
Oh, yeah, wow. This could be $150 for Puka here on Sunday.
Yeah, no, I like that.
$150 for Puka, and then Adams 3 touchdowns. That's how we go.
Yeah, no, that is how it goes. Steve, what do you got next?
So I'm going to go. I like the Puka call. That was definitely on my short list, but I'm going to go with the Texans Colts game. The Texans side, Jaden Higgins, 40+. You're getting plus money, plus 107. We're seeing he's just way more involved. I know it's with Davis Mills. CJ Stroud's back, but the Colts secondary is, they're better now. They've gotten some guys back, of course, Sauce Gardner, but Sauce Gardner is going to be a Nico. So I think Jaden Higgins getting more and more the trust in the offense. And I think, I don't think, you can't really run on the Colts. I know Kareem Hunt did, but generally speaking, you're not running on the Colts. And I don't think Woody Marks and Nick Chubb are going to run on the Colts behind that bad Texans offensive line. So I like Jaden Higgins, 40+ yards.
Yeah, I like that. I'm going to go to one of my favorite stacks of the week. I think this could be a good bounce back spot for the Chargers. I know it's been tough sledding without his offensive line, and you can approach, any which way you want, but I'm going to go Ladd McConkey. 50+ is minus 126, 60+ is plus 127. I think that's I just feel like this is a get right spot for the Chargers at home after looking absolutely terrible before the bye. They had the bye. Now they're kind of resetting, have to make, finish off this playoff push. So I like the matchup for them against the Chargers and especially the passing game. So 60+ for Ladd is mine. What do you got next, Tyler?
I'm debating here. We're definitely going with a Bills guy.
Okay.
Is it going to be, is James Cook going to shred us, or is Josh Allen throwing 3 touchdowns against us is the real question.
Could be both.
I'm leaning towards Josh just lights up the secondary, and 3+ passing touchdowns for Josh Allen is, where'd that just go? Plus 365.
Wow.
We're going to go with that. Okay. I think it's a big Josh Allen game. I think maybe even throws one to Cook. These tight ends will get the ball. They'll get in. And these wide receivers can get open against his secondary. So I think it's a big Josh Allen day.
Yeah, no, Josh Allen and Herbert are my favorites on this very depleted slate for sure. So I like that. Steve, what do you got next?
This is could be an ugly game. But I like John Mechie against the Falcons.
Makes sense. Yeah.
He's kind of becoming the team's number one target. He's looked good. He's better than Adonai Mitchell because he can at least catch the ball. 40+, you can get 115. You could just do it as line. I think it's 37.5. Or at least that's what I'm seeing here. So either way, I like that. This is not something I'd really, ladder up just because I don't think there's a lot of volume, but the Falcons defense is not exactly world beaters, and I will say on the other side, with Drake London out, and I think one of Kyle Pitts or Darnell Mooney will get there. Mooney is just tough because the targets aren't going to be there, but he can get big plays. So you have to go 50+ for plus money. I don't mind that. Pitts is 50+ is minus 104. So I feel like this is an ugly game, but I don't like either defense. So I think there will be at least a little offensive production in this game.
Yeah, no, I do think that makes some sense. Tyler, you have to tell me what you think of this one. Steve and I already talked it through a little bit. I talked about this on the CBS show today. Whoever the Bills are playing, I try to attack that running game, right? Because the Bills have been awful against the run. And we know the Steelers love to run. Problem is now Warren and, Gainwell's cutting into Warren's workload in the run game. So you could approach like Warren run game if you feel like he truly is going to get a lot more. I think there's going to also be a lot of checkdowns if Rodgers plays. I mean, I know that it's the other hand, but still think obviously they have a very, very low ADOT. But the unique thing to me is that Gainwell is kind of totally taking over the, running back receiving role. And I like Gainwell 25 plus here for plus 144. I feel like Rodgers really trusts Gainwell. I feel like no matter the game script, it just could be a lot of short passing when it is passing. And yeah, it's kind of like a 50-50 split, and Gainwell's cutting into the getting some carries. But, we used to target like Jaylen Warren in the passing game. He doesn't get much of that at all. It's really, that's going more to Gainwell. So what do you think about the Steelers going against would you target Jaylen Warren rushing? And what do you think about Kenneth Gainwell receiving 25 plus? It's plus 144.
I don't hate it. I mean, just looking at it, the routes ran are still there for Warren. He just got no targets last week.
Yeah.
Like Gainwell did run 8 more routes, but Warren ran 11. It's just Gainwell took 6 targets to Warren 0.
Yeah.
Like I think you're right, though. I think he is overtaking that receiver room. My other worry, though, is how much of that is game script dependent. Like they kind of played with the lead most of that game, and when they didn't play with the lead, they were only down by 1 score. It was never like they were playing from behind and chasing.
True. Right.
They could be chasing on Sunday to where either it's going to go one of 2 ways. Either A, Warren's going to be completely phased out, and Gainwell is going to be on the field, and he's going to catch 6 balls for 50 some yards, and it's going to look like the easiest play of the Sunday slate.
Right.
Or they revert back to more of a split in the pass game, which Warren was used earlier in the year. And Warren's numbers are really low. I mean, you're getting 1.5 at even money on his receptions.
Right.
And you're getting 8.5 on his yards. That's 1 catch, 8.5. So I don't hate the Gainwell call. I maybe want to save those and wait and see live. Like if the Bills go down and score, Gainwell doesn't get a reception on the first drive, the Bills go down and score again, maybe it bumps it up 2 yards. I would still go in on it.
Yeah.
Because then the game script is totally get that.
That could be one where the game script could screw you before you even get a chance at it.
Right.
Yeah.
And so if you did want to approach either rushing, it is 60 for Warren, but again, Gainwell's even kind of taken he had 10 carries, I believe, the last 2 weeks. So it's 60 for Warren.
Got banged up 2 weeks ago. I know he was able to play this past week, but I don't think he's still 100%. So, and he's not one of those guys that's going to sit out unless he's really hurt.
Yeah, absolutely. So, so it's 60s minus 127. If you think Gainwell does get 10 carries against that Bills defense, 30 plus is plus 104. And then if you wanted to go on, like you said, I'm protected either way with game script, and you feel like there's value there, then they don't even have a rush receiving for Warren. I'm on DK. They have Gainwell 50 plus is minus 119, 60 plus is 145. That could be another way to approach Gainwell. This is just a discussion because it is always like a flow chart for me. Who are the Bengals playing? I want to target their tight ends. Didn't work for Mark Anthony. Mark Andrews. Touchdown. J-Lo's former husband. No, it didn't work for Mark Andrews' touchdown. Did work for Isaiah Likely. You could have laddered the hell out of his yards. I think he had 95 receiving yards. Should have had a touchdown, to your point. Same thing with the Bills. Who are they playing? I want to attack the running backs. Well, we've got a split situation, but the lines are low. Prices are low in DFS. So you may want to make a stand there. Just something to talk through. Let me get to the chat really quick. A couple of good comments, and then we'll wrap up the props and go to touchdowns next. Of course, DJ Quill says he's liking Caleb rushing today, which I think that's a fine look. Devontae Adams over 56.5 receiving, and Strange over 2.5 receptions. I think those are all good looks. What do you think, Steve?
Yeah, especially Strange. I mean, he really got involved his first game back. I think that continues, like it's the Titans defense. The Jags have a lot of issues in their offense, no doubt, but Strange was heavily used early in the year before he got injured, and then his first game back. So I think that's a great call as well.
Yeah, I appreciate you putting that in the chat. And again, if you're watching over on Twitter, come over to the YouTube streets, say hi, and drop in your favorite props. Jamie has one that I want to get to Paul's comment, which I love to see. Caleb Williams prop was at 211.5. Now it's 202.5. He's gone 220 in 4 of the last 5. Are you going over under our Caleb? I'm probably just not touching it because I do respect the Eagles' pass defense. What do you guys have for this? Me just kind of staying out of it. If I was forced to, I think maybe a negative game script, he can get there. But I don't feel comfortable, so I probably wouldn't touch it. Over or under for Caleb, 202.5. Tyler, I'll go to you first. What would you go over or under if you had to make a bet?
I'd go over because I think they're getting nuked. I think Saquon's about to have himself an absolute day.
Yeah, the only thing I'm worried, Steve and I were talking about that. Are you worried about Lane Johnson being out at all? That's the only thing I'm worried about for Saquon.
Is he officially out? Because he was a full participant on Thursday.
Oh, he is. Is he official?
Their injury report right here on my screen shows this is this is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday's injury report and the game status. He doesn't have a game status, and it says he was limited Tuesday, limited Wednesday, full participant Thursday.
It says
I could have sworn he was out.
Yeah, it says he's out. It says he is out because we're now
Dickerson's and Johnson's out. Okay, I had them mixed up.
Oh no. Okay, so Dickerson, is he the guard or the center?
Guard.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, so yeah, Dickerson's in, Lane Johnson's
out. Here's why I think Saquon's going to have a day, Meg. Jalen Warren just ran on this defense last week with Mason Rudolph under center, and DK pulled his hammy. There wasn't a wide receiver that belongs in the NFL on the field that day, and they still were able to run the ball. And that is because TJ Edwards out. Mm-hmm. Their other linebacker, Hippolyte, out. Dominique Robinson, out. Noah Sewell, out.
Yeah.
Those guys aren't coming back today.
Yeah. No, their linebackers are fully
And they're
depleted.
also down Tyreek Stevens in their corner. Like, there's a lot going on here. The other two corners are questionable. I think that the Saquon we seen last year, when it would be like, oh, you hand it to him, there he goes for 65. I think you get a glimpse of him today.
Yeah, no, that would be good to see. Okay, so Steve, Tyler likes the over. I was leaning the over. Caleb Williams, 202.5. What would you take?
Yeah, I mean, I like it, especially with it going down. I think they're going to have to throw because on the flip side of this, regardless of game script, I don't think the Bears are going to be able to run on Philly. Like,
exactly. It was similar to similar to our thesis on Dak yesterday. And yes, Dak is a much better quarterback right now to Caleb Williams as a quarterback, but still we were like, Dallas is not going to be able to run on Kansas City. They're going to need to throw the ball. They're going to put it in Dak's hands. We liked his over and we laddered it, hit it in the lotto that then didn't get there with Jamar Chase. So same kind of thesis. We'll go over, Jamie. Great question. And I love this comment. Our guy, Paul, Legion 13, he says, I love when an already great deal, our Substack, $34.99 for an entire year, goes on sale, as it is 20% off now through Giving Tuesday. Just signed up, Paul. We absolutely love to see that. Thank you so much. Appreciate all the support. Appreciate all our Substack subs. Hopefully you really enjoy it. And then we'll have to get you in our Discord because we love chatting with everybody in the Discord as well. Okay. Do any other props, guys, before we move on to?
I have one more.
Okay, go for it.
So, and this kind of goes with, we joked about it and talked about it a little earlier, but Matt Stafford, 3+ passing touchdowns, plus 152. Like when they get near the red zone, a couple years ago, the Rams, when they got near the red zone, they're super run heavy. And that's why Kyron had so many touchdowns. Now they have this guy, Devontae Adams. He's the best touchdown maker in the NFL right now. Mm-hmm. And he loves throwing to the tight ends also. They want to get Matt Stafford the MVP. I think that's a big part of it. Like we already talked about, no J.C. Horn. Panthers defense ain't great to begin with. So yeah, I like Stafford getting 3 because his prop line is like you go 260 and the yards just might not be there, just because the second half of the game he's not throwing. But I think this team is scoring early and often. Stafford has like 3+ touchdowns and I saw it earlier. I can't remember, like 8 of his games this year, something crazy like that. Like I think that continues.
Yeah, I do think that like they want to get him the MVP too. So let's stack up those. So I think that makes sense too. We got our guy Eddie in here. What is going on, Eddie? Thinks Eagles bounce back. Steg, what's up? What is up? Hope you had a great Thanksgiving, Eddie. Okay, Tyler, any other props for you? Or are you guys ready to go?
Just one more. I think it's set way too low. Give me Keenan Allen over 37.5 receiving yards. Playing a zone defense that he's historically done very well against zone. Yeah. I mean, every zone defense he's played this year, he's never dropped below 5 targets. So pencil that in, unless it's going to be the first game. He's gotten over that yardage in 1, 2, 3, 4 of his last 5. The only game he did was that Steeler game that was just a catastrophe on offense on both sides. Yeah. So why is it at 37 when he was putting up 53, 41, 44, 119? Yeah. I get Hampton's back, but they're not going to just run the ball a million times now. they're
Right.
still going to throw it. And this zone defense is going to leave it open for him. So 37.5 is way too low.
I agree with that. I already talked about loving the Chargers passing game. So I think that makes a ton of sense. I'm so glad you brought that up. Mike Robb, you're hysterical. What the hell? I missed the start. We got to redo this. You did miss some Lamar slander. We're sorry about that. Not the most impressive game from Lamar. Sorry about the loss last night, Mike
I tried
Robb.
to warn our guy Mike Robb on Tuesday. He said I was just slandering his team.
Oh, that's right. I totally forgot about that. But we definitely did talk about the Ravens, obviously Ravens, Bengals. But yeah, we've only gone through the prop sections, and this one's on me because I totally scheduled the show like 15 minutes before we went live. Blame it on the Thanksgiving night hangover. And I was like, I am so ill prepared for today. But no, hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Great to see you. Yeah, I did not give much notice, but I thought, well, we'll get it out there before the Black Friday game. And then again, catch Degen Dads tonight at 9:30 p.m. All right. Now, guys, it's time to talk a little bit of touchdowns.
Watch out! He's got getting away from the top speed. Touchdown!
All right. Touchdown time. Let me get to the chat. Okay, DJ Quill, but is she? I'm very sorry about that. Good to see you in here, DJ Quill. So I apologize about that. Do you all think they continue to use Core more or feed Kyron again? And yes, we are going to get to some touchdowns. Seems like it is pretty split. What do you think?
Yeah, to me, it's like a 60-40 split in general, but what happens is, of course, they get way ahead, and then Quorum plays like the whole fourth quarter. So, Kyron,
more like a game.
They split it a little early. They definitely love Kyron around the goal line. So, from like a touchdown prop or something like that, like Kyron's way better than Quorum. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up being almost like 50-50. Because we're not really expecting a big Carolina pushback in this kind of game.
Yeah. All right. Touchdowns. Steve, I'll go to you first. What are you eyeing up in the touchdown market for Sunday, week 13?
Ooh, this is tough because we talked about a lot of bad games. And of course, like the top running backs are all kind of appropriately juiced.
And a guy like Devontae Adams minus 155, right? You know.
Yeah. I'm going to say, just because he's so good, and it's even money right now in DraftKings, Jackson Smith and Jigba plus 100, even money. I know he in general doesn't have the touchdown equity of, say, like a Devontae Adams, who is heavily juiced. But JSN is just having an all-world season. Just another guy that I think they're going to keep trying to push to set these records and stuff like that. So, yeah, the Vikings defense has not been as good as we expected this year, and I think JSN can get touchdown.
Okay, yeah. No, I think that makes sense. I think they'll be playing, from a big lead, and he'll be a part of that for sure. Tyler, what's your first touchdown?
My first one is, this is all going to depend on it because I don't see the other name on this list for the Bills. I don't see Gabe Davis. Does that mean they're finally going to take Keon Coleman out of the doghouse?
That or Brandon Cooks is now starting.
Oh, that's right.
There's the other one, and I don't see him on this list either. So I want to take one of these receivers. Shakir's plus 190. Coleman at plus 340 is calling my name if they're going to give him a shot right here. Because they want him to be the one. Yeah, you punished him for 2 weeks. He missed a meeting. Did they just give him another shot and see if he can do it now that they've disciplined him? There's a shot they do. And what better shot against the worst secondary in the league? So you know what? Yeah, I'll make that my first one. We'll go Keon Coleman plus 340. What's the worst thing that can happen? This voids because he doesn't play.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he plays, you think they'd, like you said, he's out of the doghouse. I think that makes sense. Mike Robb, Steve giving you a little hard time. You're going to go plus 650 for your guy Tyler Lockett?
I might have to. He's probably live for anyone on the Raiders. My next touchdown. Well, I know it's your turn, but can I give my next touchdown?
You said he's skipping you this time, Meg.
He's giving me. I love it. And
it's just my next touchdown is that in that game. I think you can approach it any side from the Chargers. But what I like is Kamani Vidal is the only one getting negative money, and he might be splitting the role with Amari Hampton. So let's go to some of the receivers. You can go Ladd, you can go QJ Keenan, but I'll go Rhonda Gadsden plus 195. The Raiders are bad. Their defense is bad. Like, I just want to stack touchdowns in this game.
Yeah, no, I think that makes sense. And to answer Kick's question, Achane first touchdown, I don't see the price on it right now, but I think as likely as any to get the first touchdown in that game. Certainly, like Achane, Steve talked about the props earlier, and to approach it from first touchdown, I think that's fine, because obviously what is his anytime touchdown?
His anytime is minus 165, but his first is only plus 370.
Yeah, I mean, a running back like that usually is. So yeah, I don't do a ton of the first touchdown market on Sunday. I really just have fun with it on these island games. But do I think he's getting in? Probably. Like Eddie says,
hear something funny?
They have 2 touchdown play. So yeah, I think it's a good spot for him. Yeah, absolutely.
He's plus 370 to score first. He's plus 340 to score twice.
Yeah, that's so maybe
you're giving away 60 cents.
Yeah,
for another touchdown, but he has to score the first one.
Right.
So they priced you out of the Achane market in my eyes.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Not ideal.
Like, you could make those bets, they could win, but I don't like those odds the way they're set.
I would rather just take the minus 165 and just be like, okay, like.
You could do that, and if you think Dolphins win,
find your next favorite touchdown scorer that's minus money and add those 2 together.
Yeah, absolutely. Is this our guy Hartman? I feel like isn't he? Okay, there you got Hartman in chat. GM, good to see you, Hartman. Hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving and a great Black Friday here. I'll go to. I mean, I spent all this time talking about the Steelers are going to probably run a lot and should run a lot effectively. Well, I think Gainwell's cutting in, and I don't always look at Warren as a big touchdown guy. Plus 140 for a guy who should get enough touches in this game to score. I kind of like that. I just do really like targeting this Bills defense. Not my. I don't love it. It's more the angle of getting a running back at plus money is kind of how I look at that one. Steve, what's your next one?
Yeah, there's a couple that I like. This is, a bit more of a longer shot, but it was talked about for his catches. Brenton Strange, I know the Jags offense is inconsistent, but again, we're still talking about the Titans defense. Plus 320 for a touchdown to Brenton Strange. The guy, again, highly targeted before the injury, highly targeted last week. Plus 320 feels like a good number, against a bad defense like the Titans.
Oh, no, I like that. Tyler, what is your next one?
My next one, I'm going to one of Steve's guys using the props. Give me Jaden Higgins plus 300. Davis Mills seems to love the guy.
Yeah.
He was forcing a touchdown to him last week on that Thursday night game. He was making sure he scored. And he seems like he's the red zone guy. Like, Nico's the big play guy. He loves Schultz, but he's used Jaden Higgins a lot, Davis Mills has. So 3-1 on him against a Colts defense. I'll take a shot on that.
Yeah, I like that. My next one was a guy I talked about earlier too. I'm going to go, even though Charbonnet seems to vulture, I'm still going to go Walker plus 130. If you would prefer to go Charbonnet, even money. Again, I feel like this could be a very heavy run game script. Walker has been getting more of the touches, so hopefully he just doesn't get Charbonnet vulturing him. Plus 130 for another, again, running back getting more of the carries in a game script that I think he'll get a ton of carries, Walker, as long as he's, of course, totally off the injury report and good to go, plus 130. Any other touchdowns that you guys got?
Looking at the board, the only other one that was interesting me, Parker Washington plus 210. I mean, I know Brian Thomas is back, but he loves Parker Washington in the red zone, so still getting 2-1 on him. Or Meg, we can go back. It's a much harder defense this week, but Pittman's still plus 220.
Wow. Yeah. And he got it last week, right?
It was
he
the first touchdown last week.
Yeah. Yeah. No, nice call on that.
But
too.
Daniel Jones also has a broken leg.
Yeah.
That's my worry there. But yeah.
Who is their backup quarterback? Because Anthony Richardson isn't back, right?
No, I think he's done for the season.
Yeah.
Who's Riley Leonard then?
Oh wow.
Boy.
Okay.
This fun story could go bad fast.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that because I've been loving the Colts and Indiana Jones, I should say. The last one I'll just throw out there is I know there's really bad weather in Cleveland, or supposed to be really bad weather in Cleveland. I know Cleveland is a very good defense, but because of that, you're getting McCaffrey at -120 and Kittle at plus 175. Kittle's red zone targets, like if they get down there, and then McCaffrey's just usage is insane. So I just like those prices despite the tough matchup in the weather. In chat, Jamie says Shitter Sanders over or under 154.5. He went over last week because I know we talked about
There's no way
that.
they set that number right at the same number they had last week. There's just no way.
Did they? I mean, let's see. He's our guy Jamie.
I get it. I mean, weather in this one could be what messes him up.
But no, it is. That is the line. Yeah.
Last week in a dome, you set his yards at 154.5. That was just a slap in the face.
Well, it's there again. But again, we have some major wind and weather to keep an eye on in that game. Yeah. So that will be a factor. Like, for instance, I'm just looking at their alts right now, but Purdy, who I know had a rough game last week from the interception standpoint, Purdy is 200 minus 114. Sanders 160 plus 103. So weather is massively being factored in here. We got our guy Huhames in here. He joined the guys on Thanksgiving Eve, which was super fun. What is going on, Huhames? Hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I still love that Huhames was like, I've watched enough football. I'm going to visit family. And Andrew was like, oh, F that. But Huhames, I hope you had an absolutely wonderful Thanksgiving and have a good Black Friday here today. And I loved having you on the show with the guys the other night. Do you guys want to? I mean, I know there aren't many great parlays, and whatever parlays we land on, we are going to send to Substack by tomorrow morning. Did you guys want to do parlays, or would you rather just focus on talking about the Black Friday game, which is now in less than an hour, or no, a little over an hour and 10 minutes, give or take.
Can I give one more touchdown?
Yeah, sorry, my bad. Yeah.
And going back to the game, and I know Tyler approached it from a receiver, but I like James Cook minus 110.
Yeah,
a top end running back, the kind of volume that he gets, and it could be a receiving touchdown. It could correlate with the Josh Allen 3 passing touchdowns. Minus 110 for James Cook feels really good. Steelers' run defense has been better, but James Cook is their offense. Especially, it sounds like Dalton Kincaid will be out again. So I just think approaching James Cook through touchdown market is a pretty good play as well.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll let us vote on it. I say we just jump and talk quickly about the Black Friday games because we're again less than an hour, 10 minutes away from that. And then again, I don't think there's a ton of parlays this week that because it's just a little bit grosser slate, but whatever we land on, props, parlays, we will send out to Substack tomorrow. So check that out. Do you guys want to talk through the Black Friday game?
Sure.
Okay.
That's fine.
Is that cool with
you,
Tyler?
That's where I was building my parlay at. So
yeah, let's just. I mean, we're an hour away. We already sent one in our favorite prop and sent one in Substack, but let's talk it through really quick here. So, again, a little over an hour, 3:00 in Philly. Bears, Eagles, total 43.5. Eagles they're giving them 7. Tyler, how do you think this game goes?
I think the Eagles name their score, especially after losing that game last week after being up 21-0. You get a pissed off Eagles team versus a team with no linebackers. I think Saquon just runs through them and they put up 30 plus and the Bears are chasing from behind. So I'd lay the 7 and I think the Eagles just beat them up this week.
Okay. All right. I'm kind of on the other side. I kind of like the Bears spread, but to cover and it keeps it close enough. And I don't know. I kind of almost like the under a little bit, but I totally get what you're saying. And I don't know that I'm making those official plays. I'm just saying how I think it might go, but I totally get what you're saying. Cause like you said, the Bears are so depleted up the middle with their linebackers and makes sense. Steve, where do you land?
Yeah, I'm kind of, I think the Eagles win. I actually think the Bears can keep it a little close, or at least there'll be enough scoring in this game. I don't think this is going to be like a total blowout type game. I think the Bears offense plays a little better than people expected. Caleb's been in general playing better. He'll have like one bad mistake, like the sack fumble against Pittsburgh. But that's like his only sack of the game, I think, or maybe he had one more. He's really cutting down on the sacks. He's playing better in general, still inconsistent, but he's starting to look more and more like the Caleb that the Bears thought they were getting first overall. He's taken to the Ben Johnson offense. So I think the game can play closer. I would probably lean more the over. I think we will see some points. I am a big believer in Ben Johnson. I think the Eagles are a more well-rounded offense, but their offensive coordinator is a factor and their offensive line is a factor, where the Bears actually might have the offensive line advantage in this game, though going up against a very tough defense. But their skill guys are just, including the quarterback, are just more wild cards right now, just because they're 1 week they're on, next week they're off. So it depends on what Bears team shows up. But I love Ben Johnson, the way he coaches, some of the things that he's been scheming up. So I think he'll have a couple wrinkles this game.
Okay, I like it. We got Hulk mashed potatoes in here. Hey, good to see you. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Who Hames says Tyler Lockett 2 TD locks. Say it, Steve. You talked. Mike gave you a hard time about it earlier. You got a Tyler Lockett reputation in this chat.
I might need to do it. I mean, the thing is, he's actually getting targets. Like, Gino rarely looks confident or comfortable, but he looks actually probably his best when he's turned to Tyler Lockett. So
there it is. There it is.
It's crazy wild for sure.
Yeah, Eddie says, Steve will speak, make permission to speak. I'm the bossy older sister. What can I say? Okay. So with that said, we always build a $5 lotto. Let's build a $5 lotto for this game and have some fun. We each talked about our lotto sweats that didn't get home. Can we get one home today? Who wants to go first? And let's each push a line and have some fun. What do you like today, Tyler?
Saquon 100. We'll go right to it.
You're like, I've been talking about the whole damn time. I'm going to tell you what it is.
Gotta stick to my guns, right?
Exactly. You got to stick to your guns. 100 plus 213. That's what we're looking here to build a little parlay, and then we'll price it out on both and then put it in Discord. That's one of the benefits of getting our Substack. Of course, Thanksgiving sale, link in the description for 20% off our Substack. And then, get over to Discord where we can chat there. I'll drop this in there. Saquon 100. Steve, what do you have?
He's off the injury report. I'm going to go Devonta Smith. He's a big play guy. I think he can get behind this Bears defense. Their corners some are coming back, but they are banged up, probably not 100% themselves. And he just makes big plays, much more consistent than AJ Brown. And I think it's Devonta game. So I'm going to go 80 plus.
80 plus 254. We're already 11-1. Okay. I'm going to let you guys vote on the third leg for me. Because there's three things I was thinking about. So Burden, which was our pick, a spoiler alert, if you've seen our Substack or in Discord, and is in our parlay already, we had for 40 plus, you get plus money. You could push that further, or we talked about it earlier, Caleb, negative game script. You could push his passing, or Caleb's been running more. We could do Caleb rushing. I'll go to each of you. What of those three do you like the best? Pushing Burden's receiving, pushing Caleb's rushing, or pushing Caleb's passing? I'll go to you first, Tyler.
You already have Burden in one. I think he's the most likely, if you push him, he gets there, just because he's the big play guy and he seems to be getting more volume.
Right. Let's see what you push him.
But pushing Williams gets you all the receivers in a negative game script.
Mm-hmm.
But how high do you I don't think we have to push Williams that high to get you get plus money at 210.
Yeah, so if you pushed him kind of staying in the same, what's the highest Caleb's thrown recently? I know again
the Bengals game.
Oh, right. Yeah. So he's averaging
232.
Sorry, getting an ad as I'm trying to look up stats. Yeah, I was just looking recently, 239, 193, 220, 280 against the Bengals, 285 against the Ravens. I was just looking at some of the ones.
And he had a 298 against Dallas.
Yeah, 252 against Washington, which that was pretty much a back and forth game.
So anywhere in like that 220 to 240 range seems safe in my eyes.
I think 230 is pretty good.
Okay, if we did 230, that would take us 32 to 1. If we did 240, that takes us 37 to 1. So yeah, let's just do 230. I mean, it's not quite the 40 or 50 to 1, but $5 lotto gets you 150 for just 100 Saquon rushing, 80 Devonta Smith receiving.
You gotta put the boost on it, Meg.
230. Oh yeah, I'm not even logged in. Yeah, they got it. Well, so yeah, I'll price it out on both, and then I'll probably do it on here because does DraftKings have a boost? I'm so behind.
There's a 30% boost on DraftKings.
There we go. Okay, so I'll just put it on here, put the boost on it, and then put it in Discord. So it'll definitely be more than 30 to 1, 32 to 1. So that is our fun Black Friday lotto. Eddie says, LFG, let's print this lotto. I like it. Hulk says, I wonder if Saquon's longest rush, maybe 30, would be a better way to play him getting to 100 yards. What do you think about longest rush for Saquon? With that one, you can't alt up, right? Am I right?
I don't think you can.
No.
I don't believe you can on that. But what is his longest rush? I thought it was around
16 and a half.
Yeah. So, but that is another way to approach it. If you just wanted to take that side of it for that leg, you wouldn't get, quite as much. But appreciate throwing that out there. That's I did a show with Sia Najad and Mike McClure on CBS, and Sia likes Saquon's longest rush, and I think Mike likes Saquon's over. So I think you can honestly approach it either way. Oh, okay. Huaim says you can alt those kind of things on like Prize Picks. Okay, that makes a ton of sense. Okay, but again, we will, after this show, I will put this slip in Discord, throw the boost on it, put it in Discord. But let's get this one home. Final thoughts for the people, either about today, week 13. What do you got, Tyler?
Yeah, I mean, I think we had some really fun games yesterday. I think the Sunday slate, like Steve said, there could be a couple fun ones, but I think it's going to be a little boring. Doesn't mean you can't make money, though. I mean, even the boring games you can make money in. So tune into the games, try and make some money. I think we found some winners today. Absolutely.
Today was fun. Steve, what final thoughts for the people?
And we don't really talk about it on the prop show, but I'm sure you and I will cook up something for Sunday night, as our Commanders are probably about to get dog walked by the Broncos. I'd take the over on Broncos sacks and a couple receiving touchdowns. So we'll talk about that and cook something up for Substack and tweet it out and everything. But that's one that could be interesting. And then a fun game. I actually think the Monday night game could be fun. Jackson Dart back, Drake May, and the Patriots against that bad Giants defense. I think they could put up a big game. And fun seeing Jackson Dart back. It'll be interesting to see now with the coaching change and everything. So
Who Haynes has got Luther Burden 2 touchdowns, 45 to 1. Just saying, I like it. I like it.
One more play in this game that's starting in less than an hour.
Yeah, give it.
It's just a 2-legger. Give me Saquon's touchdown and him alted up over 100. Get you plus 355.
Yeah, no, to get plus 355 on that. I think, like you said, this could be the spot for him. Oh, Mike, we are sorry. I know it's been a rough Ravens season.
Talking about the Commanders, Meg.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, it has been for the Ravens also. I think he's making the correlation, the Ravens, if that had happened also.
Just realized that I was just going to say to Tyler, I know you're negative about your teams. It's totally, the wheels have totally fallen off the wagon for Steve and I. I'm like, just get a better draft pick. They stink. They're awful.
Yeah, I mean, but like you guys have future to look forward to. Like last year,
the oldest team in the NFL.
We're the oldest.
Yeah, but you have a quarterback that's younger. Yes, he gets hurt here and there, but like
for the years he stays healthy. Yes, we do.
Yes, but what do we got? We got a guy that's leaving at the end of the year, and then Mason Rudolph. There is no future in Pittsburgh.
Do you think? Okay, I have to ask Steve this question, and then I'll ask the Pittsburgh fan. Steve, as a who scouts draft picks and rookies, like. Will Howard seems to have a really good head on his shoulders. He seems to be just like totally embracing learning from Aaron Rodgers. Any chance he could be a guy in the NFL?
Probably not. I mean, I'm going to say no. I don't think he's got a big enough arm. I mean, he could be a guy who, starts for a year or something like that. Not next year, but down the road, like long-term backup. No, and look, it's not a great year to need a quarterback next year because this next class does not look good.
Yeah.
But I will say this, Tyler, and we can both say this, is at least we're not in spreads place with the Raiders.
Yeah.
Purgatory.
Yeah.
That is hell right now.
Yeah, that is rough for our guys.
He's like at the bottom of the pit. Like I'm like halfway up the pit. Like you guys climbed out but got like pushed back in halfway and are like trying to pull yourself back out.
Yeah.
I'm like on this nice stable ledge right in the middle that's not at the bottom, not at the top, but like we can never go anywhere, but it's never gonna fall apart. So just gonna sit right here and be comfortable.
Now, Tyler, you also have to remember Meg's team now is maybe no longer the Commanders, but more the Giants or the Patriots.
That is true.
Because they drafted the guys that I wanted. That's what I said. We will get a better draft pick if Washington keeps losing. But is Adam Peters going to do the right thing? Because he didn't draft my Scattaboo. Hartman says Rodgers back next year.
The 1 o'clock start on the show doesn't cost us anyone.
Why?
Because the last show, we were late to the start. Scattaboo's ankle turns backwards. Now we start one at 1 o'clock.
Oh God! Don't even say.
Yeah, cross our fingers.
Just need my guys to say, okay. Hulk Mashed Potato says Rodgers next year, Brissett after that for the Steelers.
I'd be fine with that. I mean,
Huhane says yesterday a bad day. Chiefs and Ravens. We got Chiefs fan in here. We got Ravens. Jamie dropping lyrics from his amazing song, which will be our open very soon. And Mike Robb, yes, it was rough. And I think for Ravens, but it's going to be rough for Washington on Sunday.
Just real quick to Huhane's point, he's right. I mean, Lions, Chiefs, and Ravens.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the year, you would have said these are 3 lock playoff teams, right?
Yeah.
And they all could miss right now.
That's what you just said. Yep, exactly.
So crazy.
Wild year. I kind of think I kind of like these years where it just feels like a little more parity and it's fun.
Give me one team in the AFC who's not getting thrashed in the Super Bowl by the Rams if that's who's waiting for them.
Yeah, I think Steve's with you on that one.
Bills, if Josh Allen is Superman.
Do we just leverage the mortgage on NFC wins the Super Bowl at -130?
I mean,
it would take somebody knocking off the Rams to. Right now, the Rams are.
But even if someone does knock off the Rams, like who's beating the Eagles in the AFC?
Yeah, but the Eagles.
Can multiple Ravens fans in here. Mike Robb, DJ.
That would be my point. Is the Eagles can be inconsistent. Like Denver beat them already this year. Like you can catch the Eagles on a bad game.
Yeah.
Right now, nobody's catching the Rams on a bad game. Like so good.
Yeah. No. Well, we are now almost 50 minutes to kick off to the Black Friday game. I need to get this bet in, put it in Discord. I'm sure you all want to get more bets in too. So I'll let everybody focus on that. We appreciate you joining us here in chat, hitting that like button, supporting us. I mean, we got Legion 13 signed up for our Substack sale. Anybody else that's interested, again, link in the description, 20% off through Giving Tuesday, a little Black Friday sale we have for you. Check out our Substack, link in the description. And of course, get in our Discord too. Super fun to interact there. But this has been fun. Check out the Degen Dads tonight, 9:30. The bets keep coming. So 9:30 tonight, check out the Degen Dads. For Tyler, for Steve, I'm Meg, and we will see you guys next time.